Most actions in the Make Diagnosis tab are performed using the various toolbar buttons that appear over here. So let's go through them one at a time so you can see what they're used for. The first button is the Identify Microscopic Finding button. This button lets you indicate the presence of a finding on your slide. So to do that, you would left click the button to select it, and as you can see, now it's selected. And when I move my mouse, as you can see, now my mouse cursor is an X. So you want to place that X on the slide where you think that finding is located. So when I left on the slide, that places my X, as you see, and I now got a pop-up window with a menu that contains all of the different findings that I have to choose from. As you can see, it's kind of organized as a tree, and you can open and close the branches by left clicking on things. As you see, I just left clicked on that, now I clicked on that, and that's going to open and close different things. You can tell that something can be opened further because there's some kind of gray over here, like there's these triangles or these little boxes over here, so I can tell that I can open up melanocytic proliferation further. I can open up circumscription of lesion further. But in this case, I want to say that there are intraepidermal nests. So I'll go ahead and find that in the tree. And as you can see, you can tell that something is selected because it has kind of a green outline around it. And when you're done selecting what it is you want to identify, just left click the select button, and that will make that item appear on your screen. Now you can also identify multiple findings at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and identify something else. In this case, I'm going to say that there's both a poorly circumscribed lesion and also pagetoid spread. As you see down here in your menu window, it says control left click or right click to select multiple concepts. So I'll go ahead and do that. So right now, as you see, I'm going to hold down the control key on my keyboard before I left click on poorly circumscribed lesion. And so now that is selected, and I also want to select pagetoid spread. So I'm still holding down my control key on my keyboard, and now I'll left click on pagetoid spread. And as you can see, both of those items are selected. They both appear down here. Any items that are selected will be listed down at the bottom of the menu window. When you're done selecting items, just go ahead and click the select button, and anything that's selected will appear on your screen. Now there are also different options that you have to select from when you right click on a finding that's listed up here. So if I right click, as you see, one of the options is describe qualities, and this is important diagnostically. Sometimes it's important to go ahead and make the finding a little more descriptive, a little more specific, to describe it a little. So I'll go ahead and do that. In this case, again, you'll get a pop-up window, but in this case, the choices will be the different qualities that you have to choose from for the finding that you're describing. So in this case, I can state the quantity of pagetoid spread. So I'll go ahead and select that. I'll say that it's marked. And now it says marked pagetoid spread. Also, when I right-clicked on the finding, you might have noticed that there's also a glossary option, and this is our way of providing a little bit of additional information about items. This is available for findings and also for diseases, but what it'll give you a definition of that item, and some findings will also have a picture of it so you can see what that looks for. And if you want a slightly more zoomed in view of the picture, simply left click on the picture and it'll be more zoomed in. If you want to go back to the view you had previously that also had the definition, just left click on the picture again and it'll go back to that view. When you're done looking at the glossary, just click the OK button to close it.